to...
Limousine run! Jet flying! Son of a gun!
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
And I did what I had to do to win, but somebody wouldn't let us win!
We got one!
I'm justifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Hey guys, welcome back to License to View. It's been a busy news week.
Yeah, it has been. Well, I guess specifically yesterday was probably like the busiest shit, really, because like everything just popped off last night. So.
Well, last night, obviously, Cyberpunk, Marvel, Star Wars,
Game Awards,
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is License to View. This is a weekly podcast where two best friends get together, talk about pop culture news. We've been doing it 5 years, baby.
5 years. Oh my god.
Something like that. 5-6 years.
So we're toddlers, basically, at this point.
Almost every episode is on the YouTube channel. Almost every episode. Probably 15.
Was there an episode we didn't do?
Well, for a while I wasn't posting videos. I was just posting the audio. Straight to the feed. So the first,
I know we did that at first because I think for the first two, which was the Godzilla and the X-Men Days of Future Past, because I know it was the group of us in the room together, and so it was
I mean more
really
like
feasible.
We would do the podcast like this, and I would just take the audio from the video and post it straight to the audio feed. So there was no YouTube link. So probably 15 episodes at max are not on the YouTube channel, but everything you can scroll all the way back down to the first episode on the channel. You can scroll through the video episodes, which were in my car using a GoPro. So they're mostly there.
Yeah.
God,
those GoPro days in the car, dude. Oh, those were good episodes.
They were good episodes, and I was infinitely skinnier. But before
I was a lot tanner because I think that was when I was lifeguarding all the time, so I was like in this constantly.
We also, because one of those car videos we reviewed Terminator.
I know we did Genesis, yeah.
Was it Genesis?
Genesis, yeah, because I think that was around the time.
What was the one that just came out?
That was Dark Fate.
Dark Fate. Yeah, we did Genesis.
That's the one with the John Connor, but it's not the John Connor from the other movie. It's a different John Connor.
And it has Jason Clark.
Yes, it does. Who is John Connor, but not the same John Connor. He's a different John Connor. But he plays the same John Connor.
Isn't the Genesis has who plays Kyle Reese in that movie?
That's where it has Jai Courtney, I believe.
Jai Courtney, yes.
That plays Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese.
The annoying bitch plays Sarah Connor.
Why do you think she's annoying?
You know what? That's not true. She's not annoying. She's a boring actress, though. I don't like watching her act. I think she's incredibly boring.
Yeah, she's not good at a lot of things.
I mean, I watched season 1 of Game of Thrones, and for that, her level of acting is fine because Daenerys is basically a nothing of a character until the last episode of that season, which is the only season that I watched. But I mean, it's I think I saw Genesis before I'd seen her in anything else, and I was like, this woman cannot act.
Yeah, it's rough.
She had the God, what's her name? The Kirsten Stewart effect, except that people actually liked her, and I didn't understand it because for me, I feel like she has the same level of acting ability as Kirsten Stewart.
People like Kirsten Stewart, man.
But I actually like Kirsten Stewart in later stuff. I just don't like her in the Twilight stuff. But
I don't know. That's funny because I think that Emilia Clarke is great in when she's on TV as herself. But maybe she's just not Sarah Connor.
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean? She just doesn't have the same. She just didn't portray that character the way that I want my Sarah Connor to be. The only person that can portray Sarah Connor is, what's her name? Fucking whatever her name is.
Shit.
What's her fucking name?
Oh my god, I want to say Jennifer something, but that's wrong.
If I could turn around, look at my poster. Hold on. Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton. Oh my god, I don't know why I said Jennifer.
Oh, hold on, my shit's lagged down. Oh, my shit froze.
For real?
We go.
Oh,
we're back up. It just
froze.
It froze real hard.
Damn. All right. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was just it. Maybe I just didn't like the way she portrayed that character. I don't know. But I feel like every time I've even like seen trailers from her, because I know she was in that like recent Christmas movie with the guy from Crazy Rich Asians, which I can't remember what I've seen him. I know I've seen him in something else and I liked him in it, but like I just watched that trailer and I was like, this looks boring to me. Like she has no. Well, maybe it's just that she doesn't have a lot of chemistry with a lot of people. Maybe that's it. Because I feel like especially for that movie. For Genesis, I feel like that movie's kind of built on the fact that like Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor, they should be like, I mean, they're basically like soulmates. Like you should feel like instant connection with them. And I just feel like that was kind of like not there. I don't know.
I'll propose you a together.
That's true, but the counterpoint to your counterpoint would be that in that movie they just never do.
Well, that's because Jai Courtney doesn't have chemistry with anybody.
That's true. Well, that's why he's great as Captain Boomerang, because he doesn't have to be with anybody. He's just a crazy fucking wild man.
Yeah, I guess if you think that movie or that character was good, but
that was like my favorite part of that movie.
I didn't think any of that part of that movie was good.
That was like the only part that I liked, because he gets out of the bag and he punches that dude in the face.
I like that.
Like, all right,
I like that the fire guy is Magnum PI.
Is that Magnum PI?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
In the CBS Magnum PI reboot. All right, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys,
did not know that.
We'll start off the way we always start off,
yes.
Which is what we've been checking out. First off, I'm drinking some beer.
Okay.
I'm drinking Singha, which is
like that.
Thai beer.
I like that name. Okay.
I've just been drinking Asian beers all week, man. I got some Tsingtaos.
I technically got some. This is not Asian stuff. I think this is actually made in Florida, but it's got Asian names, so I'm gonna count it as Asian. Okay. So I got my seltzers that I normally do, but I got a new brand that I tried called Funky Buddha.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. Blood orange. I tried they had a cherry lime one that I've tried. Those are the only two flavors I've really tried yet out of the 12 pack. And then for my backup, my brother got me hooked on these, and we would go on my parents' boat all the time, and we would bring like a cooler of these. Natty Lights got their Natter days.
Yeah,
dude, these things are too good.
I've had I don't know what flavor I've had, but I had one.
Mm-hmm.
Last 4th of July, I had one.
Yeah,
pretty good.
They're good stuff.
Pretty good.
And I usually don't like Natty Light. The Natty Light is like it's not a terrible beer.
No, it is.
It's not a great beer.
No, it's terrible. But you know what you're getting. You know exactly what you're getting when you buy a 24 pack of Natty Light. So I had people be like, Jason, what's your favorite beer? Savannah and I, my girlfriend, we went to one of her coworkers, like a beer tasting.
Oh.
And it was called Stouts Giving. It was all a bunch of stout beer, and I can't stand stouts and porters, right? But whatever, I like beer.
Yeah, I don't know. That stuff's too dark for me.
So we go, and I'm like, in my head thinking, and we're big craft beer fans. My girlfriend and I, we go to all the craft breweries. We're all about craft beer.
Mm-hmm.
I have a home brew kit right next to me that I haven't used yet. So I'm a big fan. But then every time I go to craft breweries and I buy a bunch of fucking IPAs and all this kind of shit, I'll be drinking them. Eventually, I just go, I can just drink a Yingling and be happy. I could just drink a PBR.
I could just buy a 6-pack of Rolling Rock and be good to go.
I could just do a PBR and Tallboy PBRs, and it's cheaper than all this shit, and I can go home and still be fine.
I mean, there's nothing quite as good as just buying a 24 pack of Bud Light and just being like, you know what, I could be fine with this.
Yep, exactly. I'm more a Miller Lite between those.
Honestly, I'm more of a Michelob Ultra kind of guy because I don't know. That's kind of
you have a vagina.
Hey, well, it's my mom's.
It's good beer. It's good beer.
It's not bad beer. It's good beer.
For what it is, it's fine.
Yeah.
And all these Asian beers I'm trying.
Plus, I think it almost exclusively comes in bottles. So, and I like drinking beer out of the bottle if I'm going to drink it. So
they have cans. I have seen mostly tall boys, but these Asian beers are all just basic lagers, and they literally just taste like Yingling. Like all of them, and I'm fine with that.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Yingling. It's like one of our favorite beers. I mean, my dad likes a lot of imports. Like, he loves Dos Equis. And I know the big thing right now is every time I go back, he must be on a Modelo kick, because every time I go back to our home, he's got a pack of Modelo in the fridge. So
I only drink Modelo when I'm in a big UFC kick.
Mm.
Because they're the beer sponsor for UFC.
I was going to say they're the sponsors of the
So,
UFC. Yeah.
the only time I ever buy Modelo is while the fight's coming up, and I'll be watching ESPN or something, and the previews are going up, and they're like Modelo. And I'm like, I gotta get a pack of Modelo. What am I doing?
I think I saw a Modelo thing at because I think that was the last time I watched the Super Bowl, really. But I think it was like a year or two ago. But the Modelo had the commercial. I think that was the one where they were like, what was it? There was like some woman like in a field in a mountain, and it was like ASMRing with like Modelo or something like that. I think that was a Modelo commercial.
I don't know.
Modelo's good beer though.
Right. Well, besides beer talk, Zach,
Yes.
what have you been up to, man, last week?
Well, I guess we should just start with the first thing.
Sure.
So Cyberpunk.
Is this
came
true?
out.
Yes, it's true.
I played it. You played it.
Yeah, a
yesterday.
little bit, very little bit of it.
A little bit. I played it for, I think all in all, I really played it for like maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 3 hours. But I really didn't get that far. I haven't played it at all yet today, which we'll get to in a bit. But I haven't had whiplash like this in a really long time, Jason.
You have had a what?
I haven't had emotional whiplash like this in a really long time.
Yeah,
Where I go from being like, fuck yeah, it's like day zero, we're fucking there. And then I touch the game. I lied to you, actually, because I actually booted it up yesterday morning before I went to work, because I wanted to make sure that it downloaded properly. So I booted it up. And I immediately saw the opening cinematic. And I immediately saw it lagging and frames dropping.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. And I didn't start the game. And then I started looking shit up at work. And I was like,
Yeah. Well, I've been all week. I've been paying attention to YouTube, social media, in preparation for it to drop. Because obviously we've been talking about more than any other game in the 5-year history.
More than almost anything on this podcast before. I think we've been talking about it.
In terms of like repetition of on this podcast over the course of 5 years, you can go back into our archive of our podcast. We mentioned in the first part that I'm going to add to this fucking part. Our whole podcast is mostly on the internet.
Yeah.
And you can see like us talk about Skull Island and it comes out. Us talk about all these things and they come out and we talk about them. Star Wars, every Star Wars movie we talk about them when they come out. Force Awakens, same thing.
Yeah.
So Cyberpunk is one of the things we talked about a lot, like Dune being another one as of recently. So when it came out on release day for PC people, and the reviews were coming out on like Monday or Tuesday or whatever before with the embargo.
Yeah, I think Tuesday is when they really started. Yeah.
With the embargo, and I was watching all these reviews, and people were like, "Yeah, CD Projekt Red said, hey, no footage. You can't use any of your own footage, and no codes were sent out for console codes.
Yeah,
just PC." And that automatically made me know, like, this is not going to turn out well for any of us who play console, let alone base consoles.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only people who got, like, from what I've seen and what I've gathered so far, is that really the only people who got like a decent time with it was like PC people, that was it. And that's, I mean, I don't know. We were talking about a little bit through text yesterday about like how this game was like marketed as like a PS4, Xbox One game, but really like, and I thought about it a lot over this past day, and I've been really thinking about it, and I think originally it was, but I think about the time that when they started showing a lot more stuff, I think it was like 2 years ago when they had that hour-long E3 demo, they really weren't anymore talking about this as a console game. Really, a lot of times that they were talking about it, they were talking about like from the PC standpoint, and specifically, I think back to all the like Nightwire episodes that they were doing recently leading up to it, and they never talked about console. They only talked about PC. They talked about the PC specs that you needed for the game and all this stuff. They were always like hyping up PC and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I feel like
it's
100%
dishonesty.
Yeah.
It is disingenuous in there's no way around it. It's disingenuous in every single front. And people who are responding to people complaining about it not running on base systems or even the pro models or whatever on Reddit or YouTube, when people go, What do you expect this game to run on? It's a 7-year-old system. You want it to run on? Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
absolutely. Because
it's more than a 7-year-old game.
Because there is no other version for console but the PS4 Xbox One version. There's no PS5 version yet.
No.
There is just the PS4 version that has some up-reses for that fucking system they put in there. But there isn't. That comes later. So all there is a PS4 Xbox One version.
Yeah.
And for 8 years, it was supposed to be this console game, which is fine. I'm not worried about PC running it better. That's always the case.
Yeah.
That's always the case. I didn't expect to get a PC quality game, but I expected to get a game.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Not what I got. And I didn't dive in enough, so I'm not going to talk about it as a whole because that's not fair. But I can say the fact that my game froze and where your game froze.
Yeah, we crashed at the same point. Literally almost the same point in our games. They both crashed at the same point. I don't know if yours was, but like I was saying, I was like, I mean, it was on startup. Like, it couldn't even play like the opening cinematic without frames dropping. I don't know if yours did that.
The biggest issue I saw, besides graphically being ugly as fuck, it was the first car set piece, where like you're in your car driving, and the scavengers come attack you. Mm-hmm. That was miserable.
Honestly, mine wasn't that bad for that.
If you go, pretty smooth. You can go on YouTube and watch, and people are like, "Yeah, this is."
Yeah.
Not glitching through the floor like some people are, but just visually, it's such terrible drop frames, graphically terrible. The game does not look good. Mm-hmm. And I haven't. You mentioned there's a patch now for it tonight. We're recording this on Friday night. Right. I haven't seen the patch yet. I'm gonna download after we finish the podcast. I'm gonna download it and check it out because I'm still gonna put hours in the game. But my biggest decision, my biggest problem with this game, Zach, is that it's not a city.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was thinking about that because I think I mentioned it. I don't think we were recording yet, but I watched SkillUp's review on it, which is pretty in depth. I like his reviews a lot. But I think that was the biggest thing is just looking through other stuff is like just the difference between like PC and console in general is just like I think it's a similar thing that you brought up. I feel like it's still pretty populated, but like I think it's a similar thing to what you brought up with the Ghost in the Shell movie that came out a couple of years ago. It was just like as a Cyberpunk, and especially I mean, if you look at the trailers from old Cyberpunk games, I mean, it's like filled with people all over the place, and that might be a cinematic, but like it didn't look like a cinematic. It looked like gameplay. Yeah. And so when you see gameplay like that, and you see it like hustling and bustling and like being a real city, which is kind of like what you expect like a dystopian kind of city to be, where everybody's just packed together on top of each other. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's still a fair number of PCs, at least when I was playing, but like
it's not a city.
It's not packed.
It's not a city. And then seeing people on PC play, where they have the scale, where they go into settings and turn down the level of NPCs. Mm-hmm. They can have high, medium, low densities for their NPCs, which I understand because it's a PC system where it has the ability to run that. But at the same time, for years, I'm being told I'm getting vertical slices of a game, and I'm expecting quasi quality of the same experience. And the fact that I can go on YouTube and type in Cyberpunk 2077, Xbox One or PS4, and it's just video after video after video of people being like, it's garbage. It's unplayable. Now the game's playable from partially, but like let's not pretend like it's what I expect from a PS4 game.
Yeah, I mean it's playable, but it's not like I don't know.
Because you see Red Dead,
it's not enjoyable to play.
It's not. It looks
which I think
bad.
is the biggest detriment to it. I mean, even like from the regardless of the aspect of like how it looks, because it just a lot of the times it just looks like blurry and smudgy and like not good. But like even just like the constant bugs and crashes and whatnot, like it's just not enjoyable to play. And I don't know. I mean,
didn't they take 20 days extra to optimize for console?
That, you know what? I honestly don't think that they said that. I think they said that they were taking 20 days to optimize for. I believe the specific phrasing was they were optimizing it so that it would run on next gen stuff, not on current gen stuff.
Because whatever they did for 8 years, or for 4 years and then 4 more years, or for 5 years and they whatever, it did not make the game like playable.
No.
For people who play base console. And this straight up, like, this is a first world problem. I understand that completely, but not everyone's gonna spend $1,000 on a PC, and also not everyone's gonna. No one found Xboxes. Like, what do you expect? It's a PS4 game, Xbox One game. It should at least run on that system, even if there's less people in the world. Let's not even get into the fact that it's very not much an RPG. Let's not even get into that shit, because I'll get to that later. But it's blurry constantly. Yeah. It's ugly. The only positive I will give this game right now, maybe if I play it on PS5, I'll have a better experience. So I'll talk about that then. Maybe if I buy a PC and I can fucking run it on whatever.
I'm never gonna buy a PC, but maybe if I buy it on PS5, I'll have a different impression.
Maybe if I ever buy a fucking massive ass system, I'll play it on. But currently, the only positive about Cyberpunk 2077, not even that's fun, not even that the gun shooting feels good, because it doesn't. The shooting does not feel good. The shooting feels terrible. It puts you in with to me, my personal opinion, the sensitivity is too high.
Yeah.
Automatically. So the first thing I did is turn down. The guns don't feel good. The HUD is overbearing in a bad way. They're trying so hard to make it cyberpunky. I'm fine with the way it looked visually, like the boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Too much shit, right?
There's a lot of shit, yeah.
So the only positive I have so far in my short time, now maybe if I keep playing, maybe I'll find some more fun stuff, but chances are I probably won't, because from what I understand, it's a lot of the same stuff. So this is not a review of the game. This is from my quick experience with the game so far. The only positive I've seen so far in this game is the soundtrack.
Soundtrack is fucking banger.
Soundtrack's great. Soundtrack's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Put it on vinyl, put it on CD. I'll buy it. It's on Spotify.
I'll buy it.
It's on my Spotify. I have it favorited. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm down for it.
It's a bunch of time cop.
I mean, you go back with after the first mission, you have Run the Jewels, and I was like, fuck yeah, it's a fucking banger, dude.
But I mean, in terms of the gameplay, it doesn't feel good.
No, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, I don't know.
Don't even get me started on the haircut and tattoo shit.
Well, that was one of the things that honestly made me kind of disappointed, was the fact that it was like, not even like what it looks like, but it was just like, I mean, they've been blowing smoke out our asses for like 3 years at this point, that this was going to be like such an in-depth character customization. You've never been able to customize a character like this before. You can make your own V that doesn't look like anybody else. And I mean, I guess you kind of could, but
no, you can't.
There's really not that many options. There's most things have like 10 presets, and like the colors are very limited.
I feel like Skyrim and Fallout have better.
Skyrim and Fallout do have better. Dark Souls has better character customization.
Yeah. I feel like Skyrim, Fallout, Dark Souls, fucking obviously The Sims. Like, why can't we have these? You have 30 presets.
It doesn't make any sense to me where, as far as them touting their character
body
customization,
tattoos?
they took the least customizable option as far as using a character customizer.
There are like 5 tattoo options.
There's 5 tattoo options. Well, that was the thing that I'm talking about. It's like most things have like 10 options or less, and like a lot of them are like, I mean, you have like, I know you have for a fact there's like less than 50 hairstyles,
right?
And most of them are like garbage looking.
And the fact that in GTA 5 online I can go and change those things, including tattoos, yet this solo player's fucking 8-year development can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
And I want to make this clear, Zach. We have tempered our expectations for a long time now.
Yeah.
Our expectations were super high, They were super high when we saw Keanu.
I would say they were super high in 2018 when that demo dropped.
I'm saying when we saw Keanu, super
Oh
high.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, that was like
Out of
probably
this
the highest
world.
possible be.
And then we kept seeing more gameplay, and then I'm like, okay, boop, okay,
Yeah.
boop, Night City, okay, boop, you're not showing me this, boop, you're not showing me that, you're not showing me that, until when I got the game, because my girlfriend bought it for me for Christmas, so she bought it early for me, and we got it from Amazon. So I had the physical. So literally, I walked in she loaded it for me. I was at work. She loaded it, installed it for me.
That's a good girlfriend.
Right. So I walked into my office room, my dirty office toy room.
Yeah.
I see the case on my bed, my guest bedroom. I didn't even look at it. That's how much I didn't care. Because all day I'm knowing that this is not going to be a fun experience for me.
Yeah.
And then when I booted it up, I texted you right when I booted it up. I said, "Hey, I'm booting it up now," and I was correct.
Yeah.
It was not an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just like after playing the game myself and watching Skillup's video. I mean, I'll try it tonight, but I think I'm just at the point where I don't know. I think I'm just gonna wait. Like
You shouldn't. You spent $60.
I shouldn't have to wait, but I think I'm just at the point where I'm just gonna wait a couple of months to.
You think Naruto would wait? You think Naruto would wait for Pain to destroy Konoha? No.
Dude, hold on. I don't know why, but I had that shit pop up where, oh my god, what was it? I was thinking about something with Cyberpunk, and I had that meme in my head of, what was it? Of Pain on top of the Konoha village, and he's like, you don't know Pain? And then it's just like Cyberpunk descends and like destroys. But
Top 10 anime fights.
that
Pain
fight's
versus
amazing.
Naruto.
I'd rather talk about Naruto than Cyberpunk.
Oh,
but,
okay, yeah. So when they destroy Konoha and everyone's
Oh
dead,
my God.
and Naruto comes in and he's like
Dude,
talking to the,
first of all, when he goes to the crater that is Konoha, and he
Yes.
has the six sage,
and he talks to the frog.
He comes up on Gamabunta, and he's like, got the fucking gangster pose.
But then he goes, "I said take us to Konoha," and the frog's like, "I did." He's like,
This is Konoha.
and he sees Tsunade, and he's like, "Granny, tell me where's Kakashi at?
Big boobs, Granny,
Is he
tell
on
me."
a mission?" And she's like silent. And he's like, "Huh." And then and then flash forward, the whole fight happens, and then he's walking.
Best fight in the whole
and
series
he's walking
happens.
through. He's walking.
Everything after there is downhill.
He's
and
walking
then,
through the forest,
Yeah.
and then he fucking falls down, and then fucking Kakashi catches him. And then, and then it's fucking emotional as shit. And then he fucking walks through the trees, and the whole city revives. It's like,
The real ending of Naruto happens when everybody in the village loves him, and he gets raised in Kumbaya.
so
and that's the end of Naruto.
the whole city performs Ava.
Yeah. They do the Ava clap.
They all clap for him. And
They do the Ava clap, and they do the hip hip hooray, and that's how Naruto should have ended.
Yeah, but back to Cyberpunk for a second.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'm just gonna wait. I think I'm gonna either wait until they fixed the majority of the bugs to the PS4 model. Or I'm just gonna wait to the fact that I have a PS5 and I can just because I already bought the game, so I don't have to buy it again. Thankfully, that's like the one saving grace, is that when I buy a PS5, I can just have Cyberpunk on PS5.
But even then, it's still not the PS5 version.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the PS5 version, and then I'll buy my PS5, and then.
But I know they're going to give you the free upgrade,
right?
But I want to know: is it supposed to be like? Is it actually like? Is the full PS5 version? Because I know when you play the PS5 now, isn't it still up-res version?
I know it's. I don't know if it's up-res. I think it's not. I don't think it's up-res. I think it just is. I think it just takes. I think it runs smoother, and I think it takes advantage of the SSD, so there's not as long of loading times. But I don't think it's up-res.
Which, by the way, too many loading screens.
It's a lot of loading screens.
What year are we in? Where I literally.
So I can't wait for PS5, dude, because loading screens are gone in PS5.
Talk cutscene, loading screen.
Yeah.
Talk cutscene, loading screen. Talk cutscene, loading screen. Yeah, this is 2020.
Yeah.
And don't give me none of that 7-year-old console bullshit, because for the last 8 years, I feel bad for people that pre-ordered this game. For the 41% of people of the 8 million or whatever who fucking pre-ordered this game, wherever the fuck they happened, who gave $60 they hard earned or their parents paid for them to play on either the base console or the half-step version console, and they get this game which is fucking trash. It's a fucking Gary's mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had high hopes, and
Yeah.
I made sure that by the time it came out, like I do with everything, literally like what I do with every single thing that I enjoy. By the time it comes out, my expectations are very much. I'm a fatalist, so my expectations are always low. Like, for example, Matrix 4 is coming out, and I can see it for free. I can see it
true.
for free for a month or however long. So when Matrix 4 comes out, I'm looking at my Matrix poster right now. I fucking love the Matrix. When that shit comes on HBO Max, I'm gonna look at my girlfriend and say, "This is going to fucking suck." And
Fair enough.
I'm going to hit play, and guess what, Zach? I am 8 out of 10% sure, whatever the fuck that math equals, it's going to not be good.
8
Now,
out of 8 out of
10%.
Do you just mean 8 at?
It's
80%? Are you
it's-
80% sure?
8, probably.
Okay.
But Dune's gonna be okay.
Dude's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Now,
Dude's gonna be okay.
Big Trouble in Little China with The Rock, whenever that fucking comes out,
Is that coming out?
that's gonna blow.
Well, yeah, because all of Rock's movies kind of blow. The best part about his movies is that he's in them. But
What about the knockdown, takedown? What's it called? Rundown.
Rundown.
He was in the remake of The Rundown. Yeah.
The movie with
Sean William Scott.
What was it?
Sean William Scott, right?
Yeah. No, I thought it was Dak Shepard. Is that not Dak Shepard?
I don't know.
Was he in a movie with Dak Shepard? I thought he was.
The Gridiron? I don't know.
He was not in the Gridiron.
Mid 2000s rock movies. I only know 2 of them. Scorpion King, Rundown, and then
First of all, the Scorpion Team is like one of my favorite B movies of all time. That movie's fucking fantastic.
I've never seen it.
It's so fucking fun.
All I know is him as the CG Scorpion King in The Mummy 2.
That's not what he looks like in the Scorpion King.
Sure?
Thank God. No, he just looks
sure?
like The Rock. I mean, he looks like The Rock. He just looks like he's his wrestling character
But
because
he looks like The
he's
Rock
wearing
in
no
that too.
shirt and he's wearing no shirt and he has a loincloth and he has an armband.
He looks like The Rock in The Mummy 2 as well, just CG.
Yeah, but like his face doesn't look fucked up in the
Yeah,
Scorpion
it looks
King.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Which one?
Mummy 2.
The Mummy is a great movie.
What's it called again? Mummy Returns?
The second one is, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
And then
movie.
the third one is The Lair of the Dragon Emperor with Jet Li, which I never watched.
You haven't seen, I saw it in theaters.
Did you?
I saw it in
For
theaters.
Jet Li?
I
Or
saw
for,
it,
or
yeah.
for both?
I saw it in theaters with my ex-girlfriend
Okay.
because of Jet Li and because of Brendan.
Right, obviously for both of them.
Yeah. And it was not good.
Well, The Mummy has a character who is in one of the other movies that I watch because I'm honestly done talking about
Sure.
Cyberpunk now. I don't care about Cyberpunk anymore.
Sure.
I'll play it again, but I mean it's just it's what I said. I'll probably just wait because I'd rather enjoy it than like try to slug through it. But one of the other movies that I watched. Speaking of things that I enjoyed this week,
Okay.
there's a bit of a Van Damme week here at the Grieger household. Let me
Nice.
tell you. So Monday,
Can't go wrong with that.
I was looking on
Netflix.
Netflix trying to find some shit to watch, and then all of a sudden, what do I spy in the corner of my eye?
Uh-huh.
JVCD.
Mm-hmm.
No, JCVD.
Uh-huh.
JCVD, in one of his first movies, Bloodsport,
Yep.
which I'd never watched before, honestly. I actually haven't. Thinking about it, I really haven't seen a lot of his movies, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
It is a shame.
I'm gonna start because I've watched 2 of them this week, and they were both fucking fun.
Yeah.
So I watched Bloodsport. The best part about the movie is JCVD.
100%.
Everything else is like kind of eh. I mean, the fight choreography is good, but like, story's kind of garbage. And then knowing also that like the story's all made up and fake because the guy that told the story is a fake guy.
Frank Dukes.
First of all, I watched Super Eye Patchwell's video. He
Yes.
talks about Frank Dux about how
Frank
he's a fake.
Dukes is
he's
a
fake.
national hero.
He says that he's a national hero.
Yeah, but who are we to dispute him?
Oh,
For
that's
those
fair.
of you who don't realize this, but me being a JCVD fanboy,
Yes.
also as an
But
action.
JCVD is a real martial artist.
Yes, but me being
Unlike Frank
an
Dukes.
action movie fanatic, and you are as well, but just me being that's my favorite genre. I'm not going to comment on you. I don't know what yours is, but that's my favorite genre of all time. I've
It's
always
up there. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's up there.
it's what I grew up on. It's video store movies. That's what I grew up
Yeah.
on, which is these kind of movies. I'm also a patriot, so this movie it combines my two loves.
It's America's fun.
It's
Okay, USA.
It's an American played by a Belgian guy.
It's the most American thing
Who
you can do.
I always thought he was like French Canadian.
You know what? It's better than him being a Canadian. All these damn Canadians are taking American jobs.
Yeah.
At least let a Belgian do it.
So I mentioned Bloodsport last week as being one of my favorite action movies of all time. I love Bloodsport.
Yes.
But I also acknowledge that Bloodsport's not a good movie. It's a terribly paced.
It's got its highs. Yeah, no, its pace is awful. It's got its highs. The beginning is super weird. All the stuff with him training with his sensei, who he does not call sensei. He calls him a Shishido, which I'd never heard that term before. And I've never heard the term since. This is the only movie or media that I've ever heard the term Shishido.
How cool is it though? That like, I remember when I saw G.I. Joe.
I do love that he wins a katana. I think that shit's fucking rad.
When I saw G.I. Joe the first movie, do you remember G.I. Joe the first movie? Not the cartoon, but the live action movie.
The one with Channing Tatum in it?
Yeah, I don't they.
Which also has the dude from The Mummy in it.
Don't they show Snake Eyes' history in that movie or no?
They show a little bit of him as a kid, like him and Storm Shadow as kids.
And he's like in Japan, he's like a white boy trying to get food in the kitchen. And
he was a white boy that was a thief, and he gets ended up taken in. Yeah,
I remember seeing that scene in the theaters with our friends, like in high school or whatever, and being like, "This is not like Bloodsport, but it kind of reminds me of Bloodsport."
I mean, that's the same basic beginning plot line that Bloodsport has.
See, I remember watching Bloodsport, even when I watch it now, and I've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah,
I always forget that the fucking son dies.
Yeah, he gets killed like off screen, which is super weird.
Like, and then
it's so weird that they take all this time in this beginning training arc to like build him up.
Yes,
and then he like dies like off screen from something like maybe you understand it, but
dude,
like I don't know what he died from. I just know that he died.
I don't know what he dies from. I honestly don't even remember.
I feel like it was a thing where he got killed in a fight or something like that.
Was he a soldier too?
I thought he was just a martial artist.
I don't know.
I thought maybe he got killed in his own kumite, like a different kumite.
I thought maybe first off,
kumite, not kumite.
Let's correct that for a second because this put some respect on the kumite.
I'm sorry. You got it all about the respect.
Remember, you don't understand. This is a real contest, and
that's true. This is a real contest. People actually did get killed, and a guy named Randy Jackson, who is not black, was a martial artist.
So the best part about because the first part of that movie is terribly paced. All the fucking.
It doesn't get good until it gets to the kumite.
The download of information to tell you why this white guy knows martial arts,
which is way too long.
But the best part of the whole flashback sequence is when the Asian kid's being bullied.
Oh yeah, John Claude comes in and like beats the other guys up.
It's the conversation they have. The kid acting is so terrible. He's like, I'm gonna grow up and win the kumite. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was like the very beginning where it's like you had the kid sneaking into the sensei's house.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Come on, Frank, don't be a pussy. Come in here. Grab this katana." And then they all leave, and Frank sits there like a fucking idiot, and is like, "I'm just gonna stand here." And then the guy's kid, who becomes his best friend, punches him in the gut and almost like wants to kill him.
There's a movie called another action movie from the '90s called Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman, I believe is his name. Another white guy who does like taekwondo or judo or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
But he's a white kid, does martial arts. Great movie. I talked about it a few weeks ago on the podcast. It has Marissa Haggerty in it. But he knows martial arts because, and they explain it really well. They have a flashback sequence as well, which is that as a teenager, he was like a fucking brat, like a rebel. His dad's like a cop or in the military. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
And then his dad's friends is a sensei in this martial art. He's like, hey, listen, let's teach your son this because it's discipline, it's good, it keeps him out of trouble. So it flashes forward of him like as a high schooler or middle schooler, like learning these martial arts. So it explains that's good, like it's quick to the point. It shows him, and then it shows him like as an adult, like he gets into one more fight, and he's like, "You can't come here anymore. You're banished." He's like, "Oh no!"
Banish.
So when he comes back, it's like a big deal. Like Jeff Speakman's back. Whereas in Bloodsport, his sensei is dying, and he's like, I'm gonna go fight the Kumite, and I feel like, so here's what I didn't understand about Bloodsport, is that they only test him upon letter entrance.
I know that having recently watched the movie, they test him because
of the clan.
Because he says he put his sensei's name on the application.
Yeah,
and they don't believe him.
Right, I understand that.
White guy.
He's a white guy.
So he's like, no, prove to me that you did this, and then he does the death touch. Is that what it's called?
Yep, death touch.
Which for some reason allows him to murder any brick that he wants by touching the row.
I'm pretty sure, is it the official?
Also, which is a great setup for the joke later on, where Randy Jackson tries to do it, and then he just crushes the brick.
Is it the official who says it, or is it Bolo? I think his name's Bolo, the bad guy.
No, it's not the bad guy. It's the official that says it, and then the bad guy is the one that after he does it, he's like, very impressive, but bricks don't hit back. And I was like,
whoever says no, bottom brick. It's like
that's the official, yeah.
And then you fucking see Jean-Claude, fucking explode, dude.
Also, I thought that was going to be utilized more after they did that. He only did it in one fight, which is dope.
Hey, super move,
but he didn't use the super move in like the big boss fight. He used it like it was just like the semifinal fight.
He did it against
the big boss fight was him like being blinded and then not remembering he could see without his eyes.
No, he hits him on the side though. He does the stomach hit.
No, he really only does it against the big like sumo dude where he like because he like tries everything else to take him down, and then he finally like I don't remember exactly what he does. I think he like roundhouse kicks him and the guy's like stunned. And then he does the death touch to him, and that's what takes down like the big sumo guy.
I assumed when he hits the other bad guy in the side with his palm, I assumed that was the same thing. The guy was just too tough to take death touch.
Maybe I don't know. That didn't really explain that.
But that's okay, USA.
All I know is that for all of a sudden he got blinded, and then all of a sudden he forgot his years and years of training that he can see without eyes until he finally remembered that. Hey, wait, I don't need my eyes.
How do you feel about Forrest Whitaker? Or what's his name?
Honestly, I was super fucking confused when I saw his name pop up. I was like, "The fuck, Forrest Whitaker's in this movie?" And then he's in it, and he's like a goof.
Yeah, he's a goof.
Goofball. He's like a goofball military. I don't know what are they supposed to be like?
Military police or something.
Yeah, they're something like that. Like POs or something like that.
You know, but, the best part about Bloodsport, besides it being so like goofy, is that Jean-Claude is so yoked in this movie.
Dude, he is so ripped. Like I was waiting. Honestly, it's like the thing that was most strange to me was that you always see the famous cover where it's him in the shorts.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for him to be in the shorts the whole time because his legs were fucking jacked.
Well, just his upper, dude. His
upper is jacked too.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even get into the shorts until like the final scene. I mean, the most jacked he ever looks is after he has sex with that girl, and then you see him like the full bottom. You see like he has tight buns too, and it's like, goddamn. You know that a dude's fucking yoked when like even his ass is like fucking chiseled.
The second movie you watched was Hard Target, right?
That's right. I was gonna get to that because that has the mummy in it.
Well, I'm gonna say in Hard Target he is not as he's yoked.
No, he's not as
he's
yoked.
Not yoked.
He's not as yoked.
Like Bloodsport, he's
but really he doesn't like need to be because like in Bloodsport I understand it because it's into the character where he's like he's a martial artist who's been trained
Frank Dukes, the Special Forces CIA guy, was buff.
What was Chance? I think his name's Chance.
Chance, yeah.
In Hard Target, it's not that. He's a bum that lives off the street and like works job to job and is like barely making it by, but he somehow knows kung fu.
Real fast, sorry. Did you like Bloodsport?
I love Bloodsport.
How do you feel about Hard Target?
I love Hard Target a lot more. Hard Target is a much funner movie.
Yes.
First of all, the concept is fucking bonkers, which I loved. Because it's basically the deadliest game, but with rich people. And then Jean-Claude comes in and fucks everybody's shit up because he's Jean-Claude.
How do you feel about the daughter finding her dad's porno mags?
That shit was weird. I mean, it was an interesting setup because it makes sense that like, oh, this is how he like recruits homeless guys, but also it's like, oh, like your dad was like handing out sex number flyers to random people.
What's your
And they're,
favorite?
I love how they were very quick to explain. They're like, no, this is for money.
It's
This
for
is
for money. Yeah. My favorite part about because first off, I mentioned to you that Jean Claude's accent. It's heavy in
I
every
think it's a
movie.
lot better in Hard Target.
It's heavy.
It's much
It's
more-
heavy in every movie, but he tries to play Cajun in Hard Target. He really does.
I think it sounds. I mean, it at least mixes more than like in Bloodsport, where he's like supposed to be like this all-American badass.
Yes.
And he sounds like he's not American.
Yes.
At least in Hard Target, it's like, okay, he's Cajun,
Right.
kind of.
But in Hard Target,
kind of like make a French accent. It's fine.
when he saves the girl, and he's talking to the guy, pulls the knife out.
Yeah.
I love the quote where he's like, "Take a big stick and your boyfriend and go find a bus." And it's like, whoa, man, damn.
Oh, can't say that to me.
And then the fucking John Woo spin kick, and you see the kick in the face
Also,
3 times.
First of all, he loves those spin kicks, which
Love
I do
spin
too.
kicks.
Those spin kicks are fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, he does them in Bloodsport, and then his introduction in Bloodsport is him doing the spin kicks on like a training dummy.
Because it's so fucking beautiful looking.
It's good.
The full
It's like-
extension.
he's got the full extension. It looks good. Like he can do it fast or slow, and it looks good either way.
There's a
Um,
tiptoes, just like.
Yeah. Also, but Hard Target has the mummy in it, and it also has Wayland from Aliens, which is an interesting bit. And it ends with Wayland getting a grenade shoved down his pants, which I thought was great. Also, I was not expecting Wilford Brimley to be in this fucking movie.
Right.
I was so confused, and then Wilford Brimley comes in with like a good Cajun accent, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is what Cajun people are actually supposed to sound like."
How do you feel about Jean-Claude Van Damme punching a snake?
Dude, that shit was good.
Shit was good.
It was better than than Wayland coming in and just like shooting the snake's head off, and I was like, "Oh, that's not as exciting as actually like punching the snake and knocking it out."
Where does your action movie journey go next? Alongside, obviously, we're doing action movie month this month still. 80s action.
We
movie
are.
month. This is parallel journey.
Keep along with Jean Claude, because I know you put it on your list, but I don't think it's actually on our list to watch. Because I was looking at the stuff that's on streaming. I want to watch Universal Soldier because I haven't seen that.
Good movie.
And then maybe I know that he's also because I know Kickboxer was on your list, so I kind of want to watch that.
Okay, so if you got Prime, right?
Yes.
I believe Lionheart is on Prime.
Okay.
Which is a good movie. It's about a French Foreign Legion soldier returning to take care of his dead brother's family by fighting in underground fights for rich people.
Okay.
And that's a really good movie. I don't know if Universal Soldier or Time Cop are streaming anywhere, but Time Cop's his best movie.
I know Universal because I just looked up. So I know Universal Soldier. At least the first one is on Amazon.
Okay.
It doesn't look like Kickboxer is, but I can find that.
But
or I'll rent it.
Time Cop is his best movie financially, and just I think it's one of his best movies. It's not my favorite of his movies. Bloodsport's my favorite movie by him. But Lionheart's really great. He has Legionnaire is really great. But I want to propose to you, as you eventually hit JCVD burnout, because you're going to. Not saying you get tired of them, but just you want to explore other people. Do you have any other journey, any other route you want to take into the 80s, 90s VHS action era? For yourself.
Well,
not for the podcast, but just for you.
I mean, for me, even after watching In Search of the Last Action Hero this week, and our topic of this week, I really want to start digging more into Cynthia Rothrock stuff. And also Michelle Yeoh, because I noticed that she has a couple of stuff on Amazon Prime too. And I knew her, I didn't know she was a big action star, because the only thing I saw her in really was, I know that she's in the new Star Trek stuff. So that was really like the first time I've heard her name.
Bro, super
And then
cop.
I heard Mike talk about how much he hated Star Trek, and I was like, oh, so I don't really care about her. But now that I've seen her in our topic video, I was like, oh, maybe I want to watch some more.
She's amazing in Super Cop Police Story 3.
Okay.
She's amazing in that movie, man. She's legendary. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, that's her?
That's her, yeah, boy.
Okay. I actually haven't watched that one either.
It's great. I think if you're sticking with the American, because there's different routes you can go. If
Yeah.
you want to go the American movie route, which even though John Claw's not American, that's the American system, like the canon film stuff, you have all the Chuck movies, Invasion
Right.
USA, Delta Force, Army of One. You can go
Yeah.
the Steven Seagal route if you want a bunch of bullshit. Above the Law.
I don't know. I don't really want a bunch of Steven Seagal stuff. I
I
don't know.
think
The only thing I would probably want to watch is Under Siege because that has Tommy Lee Jones in
no,
it.
dude, no, that's his worst one, dude.
But it's got Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, I know that knife
Under
fight
Siege
sucks.
is the one where he plays the cook, right? Or he was like
Yes.
the Navy SEAL
I'm
guy.
just, I'm just a cook.
I'm just a cook, and that's also the one where Tommy Lee Jones pops out a birthday cake,
They
right?
fight. They have like a knife fight and like a fucking it's
I
terrible.
watched that breakdown. I think Node did a breakdown on their
they did.
action stunts were at, and I think they did that
did, yeah.
knife fight with that.
It's terrible.
Just waving it back and forth.
I think I'm gonna give you a suggestion. If you want to go the Hong Kong cinema route,
Okay.
you know, I'll leave the women, girls with guns, which is the genre you're talking about. Girls with guns. I'll leave that alone. Obviously, China O'Brien for the American Cynthia Rothrock stuff's great, but you got to find some like My Lucky Stars, which is Sammo Hung, Jackie Chan, Yuen Biao. Dragons Forever is a must watch. That's probably my favorite Jackie Chan movie besides Police Story is Dragons Forever.
Honestly, what I wanted to watch after I watched Hard Target, I wanted to watch more John Woo stuff, but I realized that, like a lot of his older stuff, like I wanted to watch because the thing in Search and the Last Action Hero, they show I think it was Hard Boiled or it was The Killer with the hospital scene. I was like, oh, that looks like a dope action scene. Like I want to watch it, and it's like you can't watch it anywhere. Like you can't even buy it.
You can.
Yes, I was looking to not use ways and means, but if I need to, I will.
If you want a Blu-ray copy of it, I can. I have it. I have a website that I use. The Hong Kong cinema fans, we're a small community on YouTube, and we there's a guy who makes them and who print them and works on them and all. He's currently working. It's called a guy called Hong Kong Rescue. He's currently working on restoring The Killer for Blu-ray, and he sells them for $16.
Why? So this is the main thing that I didn't understand, which is why are these movies not available for streaming or physical?
Because people don't care about them, dude.
Really?
People don't care about them.
That's strange to me because I feel like, especially John Woo movies, I feel like people really like John Woo stuff. Maybe his older stuff. I don't know.
On my movie review channel that is dead currently, my last review that I made a few months ago was for Hard Boiled.
Okay.
Hard Boiled is top 10 movies of all time for me.
Okay.
It's an amazing movie.
That's with the church scene, right?
No, that's Killer.
Oh, okay.
Hard Boiled is the hospital, the baby.
Oh, okay.
Shotgun, Chow Yun Fat. It's like part Infernal Affairs, Departed, but still John Woo, and Chow Yun Fat with jazz was like smooth jazz, and his name is Tequila.
Tequila?
His name's Tequila Yun.
All right, I dig it.
And then you have the other things that they would say for John Woo. If you're watching John Woo, which I think I recommend you should watch John Woo. Heroes Don't Cry or Heroes Don't Shed Tears. That's a good movie. I have that on Blu-ray. Obviously, A Better Tomorrow is like standard, but the problem with A Better Tomorrow is that Chow Yun Fat is not the main character technically, but people loved him so much in it that they're like, yeah, you're the guy. So Hard Boiled is a good one, obviously. Another not John Woo movie with Chow Yun Fat is great called City on Fire. That's really great. So Chow Yun Fat's amazing. He's the first guy who was like, John Woo was the big part of this, which was like, hey, I want to show that Asian dudes can be badass like people without having to do kung fu. So that's why he wanted no kung fu in his movies. He's done kung fu movies before, right? With like Hard Boiled and like A Better Tomorrow. He's like, no, I want to show Asian dudes shooting guns. Yeah, and that's what he did. That's why there's so much fucking gun shooting. But the fact that you can watch Hard Boiled and the opening scene is the tea shop scene, where they're at the tea place and they're sitting there and there's like they're looking at mirrors, he has the fucking bird cage, and he has 2 pistols in the bird cage, and they're all fighting.
Goddamn, John Woo loves birds, dude. Goddamn, he loves birds so much.
Hard Boiled it's amazing.
So let me, because you probably watched more John. I guarantee you've watched more John Woo than I have. Is the birds thing just always? Has the doves always just been a part of it?
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but it just started.
Because even in Hard Boiled, there was just that one scene where I don't know why, but he like went in a room and there was just a dove there. And I was like,
no, yeah.
I get that's like a John Woo staple point, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, he just likes him, man. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he just loves that shit. Well, it reminds me of the shit in this is gonna be either a good reference or a bad reference, but it reminds me of that shit in fucking Big Fat Liar. If you've ever seen that, the Disney Channel movie with Frankie Muniz.
Frankie Muniz, yeah. Is it
Hillary
Hilary Duff?
They have that big. I think Hillary Duff's in that. Yeah.
Or is that Amanda Bynes?
Shit! Now I gotta fucking double check. I think it's Hillary Duff.
I think it's Amanda Bynes.
Let me hold on. Give me a sec. And I also know it's
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti, who plays the bad guy.
He turns blue.
But you've got it is Amanda Bynes. I'm literally looking at her face, and I was like, yeah, it's Amanda Bynes. Yeah,
dude, my pop culture mind is a steel trap.
But they have that. They have the big gotcha scene at the end, where Frankie Muniz is like running away from Paul Giamatti. He's like got the tape, and he's got whatever the monkey shit or whatever, because Paul Giamatti's a weirdo that like has a stuffed animal. So he's got that whole scene, and then you've got the whole scene shut up, and then they have like I imagine it's not John Woo, but it's a guy like supposed to be John Woo, so they spoof him like coming down on his director's chair from the heavens and talking about how like doves needed to be everywhere. Yeah. He's like, I told you, doves always make things look better. That's always
it's probably a John Woo reference, yeah.
Yeah.
I love John Woo. He's great. He's really great.
I mean, Mission Impossible 2 is like the guilty pleasure of mine, which is like probably one of the most watched movies of mine of John Woo's, because I just love the Mission Impossible franchise so much.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the worst Mission Impossible movie, but like it's the best in my heart.
I get that.
God damn, it's cheesy.
Well, moving on though, Zach, what else have you been checking out, dude?
Let's see. So we burned through Hard Target and we burned through Bloodsport. That was really all. I mean, I got some anime stuff going on. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen, I watched a new episode today. That shit's popping off. One of my favorite characters ever was introduced. I don't know how far you got in the manga, but like my favorite character ever is his name's Kento. He's the salaryman, the Jujutsu sorcerer. I think he's one of my favorite characters in the whole show so far. Okay. I love his aesthetic. I think his power is super dope. Where his power is, he basically sees like lines with segments on it on like any person. He can make the lines anywhere. He basically can like find a weak point on like any person's body and like can like hit that and basically like, decapitate whatever part of the body he targets or something like that.
That's cool.
And he's a salaryman, so he hates working overtime. So it was like he was fighting like one of the major curses. And the cliffhanger of the last episode, which led into this episode, was that it turned into 6 p.m. And he was like, all right, bitch, I'm going in overtime now. He like loosens his tie and like goes ham. And I was like, hell yeah. This is my character.
No, I haven't seen him yet, yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Jujutsu is picking up. I bit the bullet. I did not have patience like you did. And I watched the first episode of season 4, the final season of Attack on Titan. Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks great. I mean, it's an adjustment because the Titans are CGI because Mappa's doing it. So, and they've got so much shit going on that. Also, I think it's just their aesthetic that, like, for them, they prefer bigger things that aren't like just people to be CGI because I think that's easier for them to manipulate. It's strange going from like, us recently watching through the whole thing where the Titans are mostly hand-drawn except for the Colossal Titan.
Yeah.
To going to this where there wasn't any of like the main Survey Corps group. This first episode was really just about, I don't know what their names are, but it's, the opposite people that sent them off to the island.
Reinhardt?
Reiner turned into the Armor Titan, and it was a CG Armor Titan, and then you had the one guy turn into the Beast Titan.
Yeah.
And I was like, this shit looks dope, but like I clearly can tell that they're CG because I've seen them not CG, so it's very strange. But I mean, I'm still digging it. The opening for it is fucking dope. I love it.
Really? Okay.
I love the animation for it. It looks really, really cool, and it's weird because it's not like it doesn't have the same like. I'm trying to think of the right word. The opening for season 4 doesn't have like the same like bombastic patriotism that like the first 2 seasons had, and then I think the second part of the third season has it too, where they're like fucking balls to the wall, like hell yeah, this is Attack on Titan.
Right.
But I still like it a lot.
Okay.
I think the aesthetic to it, and the animation for the opening looks really good, and I can tell they're foreshadowing a lot of stuff that I don't understand because I haven't read the manga. But
right.
But fuck, dude, like season 2's out in like I think like 48 hours.
Right.
I just can't wait, dude. I enjoyed season 1 a lot. I can't wait to get more into it. I can already tell that there's one bitch I'm gonna hate from the one group, and she was a bitch the entire episode. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna hate you for the rest of the show. I can tell. But yeah. Other than that,
okay, cool.
There really wasn't really much.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait, dude. I'm waiting because just the speed of how much faster I can read it. I have to wait until more episodes are out because.
Yeah, the one thing that concerns me about it is that I know definitively, I guess, is that this is only going to be 16 episodes.
Oh.
Which is strange.
Rough.
Yeah, and that's what everybody in my
is the manga done yet?
That's what everybody in my anime group was saying because they're like, it's very strange that they're only making it 16 because first of all, there's a lot of shit that they have to adapt in this last arc apparently.
Yeah.
And also, the manga's not done yet.
They're gonna do
movies.
movies.
Supposed to be the final season. That's what everybody is.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's insinuating. They're like, all right, at this point, because I guess the manga creator is like the manga's almost done. So I guess everybody's assumption, which this hasn't been confirmed with, but their assumption is that this is gonna be the last season, and then whatever happens in the manga to like wrap it all up, they're just gonna do a movie for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be Attack on Titan 1.1, 1.0,
yeah,
whatever the fuck.
1.0 plus 3.0, Once Upon a Titan.
Yeah, you're not alone. Your mom dies too.
You are not alone, except when you're alone as a Titan.
Exactly. Well, anything else you got going on, Zach?
No, that's it. Just been playing Genshin, enjoying that a lot. I did get my boy in Genshin, because I spent a little bit of moolah. Because I don't know if I told you this, but I got my card almost frauded on, so I had to cancel my old card. So I've been without a debit card for the past like 3 weeks. I finally got it on like Tuesday or Monday, something like that. So I really haven't like been buying a whole lot because I really only had my credit card.
Mm-hmm.
But so I finally got my card back. So I spent a little bit in Genshin, and I got my boy Zhongli, who is the guy that I've been wanting the most the whole time because I think his design looks dope and his whole aesthetic is like, I fucking dig it. I'm about to send you a picture of him real quick, but he's like a spear user that uses like his ultimate is he like throws a meteor down, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm like fucking there for it. Hold on. All right.
He wears like black.
He's black. He's got black and gold. He's like, I mean, it's my favorite aesthetic. He's got the black and gold stuff going on. He's got that ponytail in the back. He's got the long trench coat around it.
Yeah,
he just looks dope. I
have
him, and I was like, God damn it, dude! I love this character so much. And apparently, he's not like super strong, like DPS wise, but like, I just don't care because I just love him so much.
That's cool, man. I'm happy. How much did it cost you?
Like $50 to get like it's not like the most expensive pack, but like to get it's like the second most expensive. It was like $50 to get this, and then I did I think it took me, because they've got the pity system in Genshin, so it's like I think if you do 9-10 rolls, and you're guaranteed after 9-10 rolls to get a 5-star character, which he is.
Okay.
So I had enough saved up that what I bought with the $50 got me to where I was able to do 9 rolls. So
Gotcha.
so I was able to get him. So I'm really happy about that.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah. The only problem is that like the way the game's set up is like if you get to a certain like world rank, like enemies become harder. So you can't just like throw somebody on your team. So like I haven't really had an opportunity to use them yet because like I have to level them up too much, and it's just like
Right.
that's the only part that like, kind of sucks about the game because like even in like Fate, the other game that I play, as long as you can like level somebody up to like their max level, which really isn't that hard to do, everybody's kind of usable. But in Genshin, it's so hard and time consuming to like level people up, especially to like the max level that they like need to be at. That it's like if you're rolling for new characters, it's like it's super hard and like time consuming to like use them right away, which is
Right.
like one of the things that like I don't really like about the game that much. Probably one of the bigger things is that like it's so difficult to use like new characters effectively, just because it
Right.
takes so much resources and time to be
They
able to
want you
like
to spend
get
the
them.
money, man.
Yeah, they do.
Why don't you spend the
They
money?
want you to spend the time more than they want you to spend the money. Because really, it's like you can level them up without spending money. It just takes so much damn time.
Or I'm assuming you just pay to win.
I don't know. I haven't really explored that side of like buying level up materials. Because honestly, if you do quests and like stuff and stuff like that, and like there's a new event coming for it, because there's a new update coming for it. I think in like the next 2 weeks or so. But there's a new event coming like that with that update, and like the last event that just finished like a week or two ago. I mean, you got like tons of level up materials for it. The problem is that like I recently gotten a lower, not a 5-star, but like another character that I wanted to level up. So I spent a lot of level up materials on that character. So by the time I got Zhongli, I like didn't have any left because
Right.
I'd been using it for another character. So
Gotcha.
that's I don't know. You don't really necessarily have to pay to win. It just takes a little bit more time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got your character, dude.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. But that's really the only other thing. Other than that, Jason, what have you been checking out this week?
Not a lot, man. It's been finals week for me in school,
Oh, okay.
so I've been doing a lot of papers and essays, and just haven't really been in the mood to watch anything super in depth or crazy. But I got a couple things. It's all pro wrestling.
Ooh, yeah.
Or Puro Resu, or however you want to say it. It's all Japanese wrestling, so it's all Puro. Because Japanese wrestling is called Puro Resu, I guess the way they pronounce pro wrestling or whatever. Just going back and watching a bunch of older matches just for some research purposes. I'm going to say a bunch of names off, and most of them probably won't mean anything to you. But whatever. The first thing I watched was Keiji Muto versus Riki Choshu, 1992, for the championship belt. Keiji Muto versus Yuji Nagata, G1 Climax 2001. Okada versus AJ Styles for the heavyweight championship. Obviously, you know AJ.
Yes.
Tanahashi versus Minoru Suzuki.
I do know Okada.
Okada, yeah. For the King of Pro Wrestling 2012, and then Jun Nakayama versus Misawa in 2000. These are just guys who are legendary wrestlers who, a couple of them I don't know a super ton about, like pretty much all Japan Pro Wrestling guys. I'll just for a quick primer for you, Zach. There was one Japanese promotion, like in the 70s, and then in that promotion there was like two guys who were really popular. Antonio Ioki and Baba, like Great Baba or whatever. Giant Baba, whatever the fuck his name is. Giant Baba. And when that company kind of dissolved, they left and made there were two companies, which is New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Japan Pro Wrestling. Okay. So Antonio Ioki went to go do New Japan, and then Baba went to go do All Japan. So by the time the 90s came around, they both had their own styles. New Japan had a strong style, which was like striking and kicking and all that kind of shit. And I told you before, but All Japan had the King's Road,
right?
Which is basically like, hey, we're gonna make these fucking super moves that are fucking brutal. So I don't know a ton about that era of All Japan Pro Wrestling, so I've been going back and watching. God, this is how anime Japanese wrestling is. Okay, so All Japan.
It's Japan, dude. Everything's
yes.
anime.
So All Japan Pro Wrestling in the '90s had 4 like massive superstars, right?
Okay.
And they called them the 4 Pillars of Heaven.
Fuck yeah, they did.
Okay, so
Fuck yeah, they did.
and those guys are Kenta Kobashi, Mitsuhara Misawa, Kawada, and then the last guy I don't fucking know. I can't remember his name. He sucks.
That is anime as fuck.
Anime as shit.
I'm 100% there for it.
And then also again the whole idea of the King's Road style of wrestling, which is super anime, which is like, oh no, I can't beat you with my Gallic gun, so I'm gonna Big Bang attack you. Like this.
I'm gonna go into the hyperbolic time chamber, and
Yes.
in 3 years' time, I will have the 2 Kamehameha times 10.
Exactly. So I've been chipping away at those wrestlers in All Japan, and then also chipping away at New Japan guys who I never watched because I was too young. Speaking of, like, Keiji Muto is a guy who's very popular around the world. I just never really watched a ton of them. So I'm just kind of going back and watching these matches, and they're all really great. And there's a guy on Reddit, or a girl, I don't know who it is, but they pretty much made a big Google Sheets doc of like every New Japan match you should watch because they're good, with like different colors indicating like must see, check them out eventually, whatever. And I've just been going back and watching all like, and they have links in them to New Japan Pro World, which I have membership of. So I just click on the link and it just takes me to the fucking video. It's perfect. So all the way back to the beginning of the company. So I've been doing that this past week because at most it's 40 minutes, you know.
Okay.
Because matches only go an hour usually for the regulation time for championships. So doing that, and then also this is kind of like a plug, man. But there was a YouTube documentary about Japanese pro wrestling. I watched it probably 8 months ago, maybe 9 months ago, and it was about the wrestler Misawa, who I mentioned before for All Japan Pro Wrestling. This guy's name, his name's Mitsuhara Misawa, probably like top 3 Japanese pro wrestlers of all time. People consider him. He's massively over. Everyone loved him. Super duper, like, took some massive. This guy died in the ring. That's how brutal he died like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Oh my god. Right.
He's the guy who made up the Tiger Driver 91 and 98, which is basically like, I'm gonna fucking slam you on your neck. So he's a legendary pro wrestler. And this person on YouTube named Kim Justice did documentaries about them, and it's like 50-minute long documentaries about Japanese pro wrestling, and they were awesome. Like, they explain his history and where he started from, and they're 10 out of 10 documentaries. Like, they're amazing, and it's all just for free on YouTube. But eventually they got removed because of copyright claim. And I was like, fuck, I want to watch it again. So I found out that she was putting them on Patreon for like $2. So $2, and she makes game documentaries and then wrestling documentaries. So I subscribed to the Patreon a few days ago to rewatch these things, and she was doing once a month. She puts out a new wrestling documentary, and she did the one I saw already about Misawa, and then she did one a few days ago called Super Moves, like Japanese super moves, which aren't many in America, and it's just showing like the most brutal, fucking like neck slams, and it's fucking awesome. It makes me wish that I could watch pro wrestling 30 years ago. You know, and like be there. Because a couple of them made me fucking cringe, dude.
Damn.
Like, it's so good, and like, it revitalizes my love for pro wrestling when I see old wrestling. Because I'm not trying to be Jim Cornette, like I said, but after seeing I mentioned it last week. After seeing all these people talk about Kenny Omega going to Impact to talk about the belt he won for AEW and all this shit, and then all these people just being like, dude, I'm on Reddit. This is jumping around. I apologize. I'm on Reddit, and the people who like AEW on the Reddit page are fucking blind loyalists, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible because at best, the company is okay.
Yeah,
like they're okay. There's some really great stuff there and some really great potential, but other than that, it's still not like. It's better than WWE, but it's not better than like a lot of other stuff.
Right.
And watching old shit makes me happier than watching new stuff. Because when I watch new stuff, I just get fucking tired of it. I just get so bored.
Right.
And not everything, obviously, because there's a lot of like next month is Wrestle Kingdom for New Japan, and I'm very excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
But currently watching the weekly WWE stuff, watching NXT, AEW, there's slivers of stuff that I really, really like, and then even less of stuff that I, would recommend to you to watch. Like, as someone like you who watches wrestling casually, like very little would I be like, yeah, go watch AEW. This is amazing. Like I could not tell you that. I would say go watch this match. This match was really good. Like, the Young Bucks versus FTR from a month ago. That's an amazing match. Like, you should watch that match. Absolutely. But like, hey, go watch Kenny Omega versus John Moxley for the AEW title. It'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Now, if I was like, hey, go watch Kenny Omega versus Okada, yes, watch that match. That's an amazing fucking match.
Well, how about this? How about you just send me that list of the must-sees and whatnot, and then I'll check it out and see what I can do.
Sure, it's a long fucking list.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's a long fucking list.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch everything, but
well,
I'll look for the must-see colors.
You find. Also, here's what I'm doing before we move on. I know who I like, so even if I want to watch matches of the wrestlers that I like. Like, there's a wrestler I love that people really love. His name is Katsuyori Shibata. Right? His moniker is The Wrestler. He wears all black.
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah, right? He's super strong style, kicks the fuck out of people. He and Okada were in a match 3-4 years ago, and they go so strong style that Shibata headbutted Okada, and he ended up ending his own career because it broke his brain.
Jesus.
And he finished the match out, and he was wobbling back, and was like, "Yeah, you fucked yourself up, dude. You have an aneurysm."
Jesus.
So for the last couple of years, he's been training new rookies in America, and he did some moves a year ago. He did some wrestling moves. People were like, "Oh, okay." Is Shibata coming back? And while we're here on the pod, Zach, I want you to go to YouTube. And I don't want you to watch his matches. I just want you to go and search up Shibata theme or Katsuyori Shibata theme or entrance, because his opening is anime as fuck.
Katsuyori Shibata.
And his gimmick is anime as shit. It's fucking rad.
Katsuyori, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Katsuyori Shibata, the last theme.
That's fine.
Okay. On super loud. Give me a second.
Okay, yeah.
I like his face. He's got the mustache with the goatee.
Yeah,
I dig that look.
Looks rad.
That look always kills me, dude. I love that shit. Okay.
No,
some build up.
Great podcast right here. I know. I'm sorry, guys.
Great podcast. There's some build up. It's very UCF. There's a lot of build up going into this. It's not like usually WWE
right.
Songs,
the glass breaks.
They fucking get right to it. Yeah, Stone Cold shit.
No, dude, his theme is fucking rad. And once it picks up, you can stop. But it does pick up.
It's definitely sounds like some shit that would play before My Hero Academia.
Yes, it would be it's the fucking the guitar the plucking start and then fucking goes twice, and it's just the fucking Titantrons fucking slow-mo shots of him in a blue room, just standing still, and then it fucking starts picking up and he fucking walks out with a fucking towel over his head and shit. It's badass. It's badass, and he's badass as shit. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time, for sure.
Okay.
And he's not some super duper impressive. He doesn't have super cool power moves. He's not he's not Okada. He's not AJ Styles. He's not Chris Jericho. He's just super impressive for what he does, which is kick the shit out of people and knee people and be super aggressive and tough. But if you want guys who are gonna be out there fucking lariats and fucking All Japan Pro Wrestling 90s moves, which are slamming you on your fucking neck, then it's not him, but he's really good. So that's all I've been doing is that. Is just watching some wrestling.
Okay.
So, Zach, what do you want to hit, dude? Next, do you want to talk about any of these fucking Marvel things, or do you want to call it and go to the topic?
I'll be honest. I didn't really watch any of the Marvel things. I watched like Game Awards stuff, but like, I don't know. None of the Game Awards stuff, like, because I watched the run through that Max and his friends did, because I'm not gonna watch the whole Game Awards. And really nothing like stuck out for me from the Game Awards, really, except for fucking Sephiroth and Smash. That's all. That's the only thing that I saw that I was like,
I didn't even care about that.
and that was it. That was it for me. And I don't even play Smash. But I was like, all I heard One Winged Angel, and I was like, hell yeah, because that is a fucking godlike theme.
So you didn't watch any of the Winter Soldier Falcon trailer?
I think I watched the Loki trailer.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, this looks like a Loki series.
Yeah.
It looks like Thor 3, but with Loki.
Yeah.
It looks like the same kind of aesthetic, same kind of vibe, where it's like jokey space action comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that's cool. I saw that WandaVision got a new trailer. I didn't watch it.
It was whatever.
I saw Falcon Winter Soldier got a new trailer.
It was okay.
And I didn't watch it.
It was okay.
And those are the only ones I saw, really. I saw the thing that... Oh, I did watch the even though I haven't watched any of the Clone Wars, I watched the Clone Wars, the Bad Batch trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, that looks interesting. I'll probably never watch it.
I'll never watch it.
I watched the Andor trailer today, and it was that bullshit trailer where it was the same thing with fucking Force Awakens and Last Jedi, where it was a trailer that was not a trailer.
Yep.
It was a trailer that was a bunch of interviews with concept art, and
I
was like,
it was the same thing with the Rogue Squadron, whatever the fuck trailer with Patty Jenkins.
I didn't watch that one.
She was like, it's her being like on a scooter or like a motorcycle or a bike or something, and she's she's like on a fucking like a runway.
On a scooter.
Or she's on something like that, or like a skateboarder. She's like something about speed because my dad was a pilot, and I was like, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care.
So wait, they're doing a Rogue Squadron like the GameCube game, like X-Wing Rogue Squadron?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know how that would work as a TV series.
What was the EA game that just came out?
That was Squadrons.
Squadrons, okay. Well, there's too much Star Wars coming out. It's too much.
That was the news that like made me instantly depressed, because it was the Disney announcement that, not movie-wise, but just on Disney Plus, that they're planning on having 10 Marvel series coming out. I don't know exactly the time frame, but they have 10 Marvel series planned. And they also have 10 Star Wars series planned. And I said, your movies didn't even lay a good enough groundwork for like one series. Like, how are you going to make 10?
You know, and none of them, only one of them was about Jedis or Jedi stuff.
I know they have an Ahsoka series.
Ahsoka,
apparently.
yeah.
I don't know any of the other ones. I mean, the Bad Batch is clones. The Boba Fett one is Mandalorians, and then you're gonna have more Mandalorian stuff, which is more Mandalorian.
I also
you got Andor, which is like the beginning of the Rebels.
We know he dies, so who cares?
And we also we know he's dead. So why would I get invested in this character when I know he gets blown up?
We've said this before. I'm gonna say it again with even more confidence and vigor. Fuck Star Wars. Star Wars sucks. Star Wars is bad.
But Jason, don't you understand? Never question Disney. Just consume product and get excited for new product.
I love product. I'm all about consuming. I literally just consumed hours of New Japan Pro Wrestling World. I love consuming product. I'm all about consumerism. I'm all about it. Right? But when your product sucks, like Star Wars does, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like Marvel. Okay, so you have all these things coming out.
I do keep promising my coworker that I'm going to watch Mandalorian, and I've been promising that for like 2 weeks now.
So with Mandalorian, all I did was literally pull up the episodes on my phone while taking a shit and just like skim. not all episodes, just the episodes that have Boba Fett and Ahsoka. I just wanted to see them.
You mean the Mandalorian?
Yeah, Mandalorian. Yeah.
No, man, Boba Fett.
Well, both.
Boba Fett gets his own series.
He's in Mandalorian though.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's in Mandalorian.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, Robert Rodriguez did the episode.
I did not know that.
Yeah. There's a big.
It's not
So
What's
episode whatever, a couple weeks
it's not
ago,
Pedro Pascal Mandalorian, like it's actual Boba Fett.
they're both in it.
What the fuck?
So one of the
But he's
episodes,
dead. What the fuck?
one of the episodes was Ahsoka, and then
What the fuck
and
is
the,
this
and the
nonsense?
Mandalorian, and the episode after that was Boba Fett and the Mandalorian to meet together.
What the fuck?
And Robert Rodriguez did the episode, and he did an interview where he's like, "Yeah, I got a script that was 16 pages long, which is not long at all, 16 minutes."
Yeah,
and
it's
then
nothing.
Jon Favreau was like, "Yeah, just do some action. You're good at that."
First of all, Jon Favreau. Never just tell somebody, just do something, you're good at that.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of creative director are you?
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, the action was fine, but I wasn't super impressed. I also don't care about Boba Fett. I don't need him. Don't give a shit.
I mean, I don't care about him, but like, I don't know how I did not get that spoiled for me that like Boba Fett was in this fucking.
Yeah.
Like, I got the fact that
at some point,
Baby Yoda ate eggs, but nobody fucking
like,
told me that
episode,
Boba Fett. Was
again,
in this.
I have no context because I haven't watched any of the show except for the first 3 episodes.
I also saw the bit where everybody got upset because a lady Mandalorian had boob armor. So.
Well, so apparently, I guess so at some point, the Mandalorian guy had Boba Fett's armor or something, and he's like, "Give me my armor back." Or I could be completely wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. But with Marvel wise, we got those trailers that we talked about. They announced the Fantastic Four, which
I did see that, which is I'm fine with that.
Okay,
but
mean, who knows?
I mean, you announced it like I don't know. I feel like they'd already announced it, and we knew it was coming anyways because they own Fantastic Four now. So they didn't really explain anything about it though. They're just like, we're doing Fantastic Four, and I was like, yeah, I fucking know you are.
I also still
like
like
gonna be about.
Fantastic Four. Okay, whatever. I'm also very unsure what they're going to do with X-Men. Still, no X-Men shit.
Yeah, they haven't said anything about X-Men.
And also, I don't. And no Blade.
No Blade stuff, really?
No Blade stuff, because it's a different phase after apparently.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, yeah. Didn't they say they're not planning on starting? They're not even starting Blaze until like what 2022,
I'm
23.
just trying to understand why the motherfuck
they
announced it so fucking early.
It makes no fucking sense.
By the time they start shooting,
it makes no sense.
Mahershala Ali is gonna be fucking 55 years old.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Look, Black don't crack, but he's still gonna be 55 years old.
No, at that point, just fucking get Wesley back.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is only 58.
You should just have Wesley Snipes back now. I don't understand why we're waiting. Like, what are you trying to set up with Blade?
Yeah, seriously. So that's that. I don't care about any of that shit. I'm not gonna Star Wars. I don't give a fuck about. I'm still gonna read the book.
Nothing about Star Wars interests me. The other thing that was kind of interesting to me was Loki, just because I enjoy that aesthetic, but it's an aesthetic that I've already seen, and it's also not being done by Taika Waititi. So I'm like, it's not going to be exactly the same. Like, it's clearly something that's like window dressing that style, but I don't know if he's going to be able to actually like pull it off. So I don't know.
Well, like, so I'm still gonna read the first High Republic book just to see how fucking trash it is.
I don't even know if I'm going to plan on buying. Look, I'll tell you what I did. Because I'll tell you what I'm going to read because I bought these, and I would rather read these than fucking Star Wars. Okay. Give me a second.
It better be Dresden.
Put them right back here on my shelf.
It better be Dresden.
These are what I bought. I decided, Jason, that I would go and embrace my full inner weeb.
Okay.
With Giguk and Joey and the rest of the degenerates that live on this planet Earth.
Not Dresden. Okay.
No, it is light novels. So it is the Bake Monogatari series.
I have those.
So I bought the first 4 volumes of them, which they look fantastic. They look really, really good. But I would rather read these, even though I've already watched the first 3 of these in anime form. I would rather read these and then Kiss Shot, which I love her. I don't know anything about her. But all I've seen is her design in this in the anime, and I love her design so much. But I would rather read these than Star Wars any day of the week.
I bought those first 2, and I never read them because I don't give a fuck. But
you don't want to embrace your inner weeb?
I'm very not a weeb, dude.
It's true. I'm more of a weeb.
I'm all about like pop culture and like I love like nostalgia and pop culture and Back to the Future and movies and all that kind of shit. But like when it comes down to narrowing down what I'm like, what there's no name for what I am.
Mm.
I'm just a fucking pop culture fan.
Fair enough.
But I mean, if there was a name for like a fucking action movie nerd, I'm a kung fu. No, there's nothing there.
Musclehead.
Yeah, no. No. Yeah. Nothing. No cool name for that. I just like pop culture, man. That's it.
Fair enough.
Like a couple weeks ago, I was going to talk about it on the podcast, but I didn't because I forgot to. They're bringing back Pepsi Blue, and I am so excited.
I feel like I saw that.
It's coming back.
It
Apparently,
might have been I saw it on your Instagram, maybe.
Yeah, I posted on Instagram. Apparently, it's coming back like in the January or summer. One of the two, 2021. Either way, I am very excited for Pepsi Blue. I've waited 20 years.
I can't remember what Pepsi Blue tastes like. I know I tried Pepsi Crystal, and I was like, this doesn't taste like Pepsi.
I've waited 20 years to have this again. And
Is it like Mountain Dew Blue?
Okay. So I posted in one of my nerd nostalgia groups about this because no one was posting about it. So I was like, hey guys, Pepsi Blue supposedly is coming back. My biggest fear is that I don't remember what it tastes like. My biggest fear is that I'm gonna go find a bottle or a case and crack it open and fucking hate it. It
tastes terrible.
And fucking hate it. It tastes
terrible. Yeah.
But then I won't know if it tastes the same as when I was a fucking child. I won't know the difference.
It's true.
Now, if they brought back Vault, I would know the difference of Vault.
First of all, Burger King brought back Vault. It's like the only reason I go to Burger King.
No, Zach, we've been through this. They didn't bring back Vault, Zach.
What did they bring back?
They brought back Surge.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about
this. We talked about this, Zach, because you got me.
Wait, so what is Vault? Why do I keep getting
You got
confused?
me so excited. I was like, what? Vault's back? No.
Hold on. And what is Vault? Why am I so confused all the goddamn time?
Vault is Coke's energy soda.
So it's Monster?
No, it's energy soda.
It's an energy drink.
It's energy soda.
I don't know what that means. It's energy.
It's midway. It tastes like a soda, but it has more caffeine than a regular soda does.
The only thing I remember is that it tasted like Mountain Dew.
Similar but better.
I can't remember.
Mountain Dew is trash.
I can't remember enough to argue with you. Well, I disagree with that.
Mountain Dew is trash.
I love Mountain Dew.
We've been through this. I like cherry.
I don't know if we have, but I love Mountain Dew.
No, we talked about soda before. We
have talked about soda before.
I like my favorite soda, or two in the same, Dr. Pepper and Mr. Pibb.
That's true. We did
cherry flavored, spicy cherry cola is what they say. Mountain Dew is fine, but it's also trash.
Taste the Dew, man.
Mountain Dew is also trash. Now I like the other flavors of Mountain Dew. Code Red is amazing.
Honestly, I've never had Code Red, or at least if I have, I don't remember it.
Code Red's a soda flavor that I can't.
It's cherry, right?
Yeah, I can't not slam it down. I've never got a bottle of Code Red and not have it be done. Also, I drink everything fast, so like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Code Red I slam quickly. But Pepsi Blue, man, I'm very excited for that to come back because that's like my childhood. For the years that was around, I drank so much of it. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, man, if you look back at the artwork, that they did the fucking old S. Like for the blue, they did the weird like little S logo. Like the
the shit that we doodle on our
papers,
cans.
They made like the B was like kind of like that or something. Like they leaned heavy into it, and they had like a fucking like commercial with like, what was this fucking like Papa Roach?
Turn my life into pieces.
I forgot what song it was.
This is my last resort.
It was some song, and it's the best, man. Well, hey guys.
Now I'm gonna have to bump some Papa Roach after this podcast.
You should listen to fucking Blood Brothers, dude.
Blood Brothers? All right. I never even heard of that.
What? Okay, listen. First off, real quick.
All right, hold on. Blood Brothers?
Hold on. So Papa Roach.
This is a band or a song?
This is a Papa Roach song. Papa Roach. My first CD that I ever bought in my life.
Mine was Last Resort.
Papa Roach Infest, which is that CD that has Last Resort on it.
Yeah, Infest.
Parental Advisory. Mm-hmm. Those first like 7 songs or 5 songs on that record are 10 out of 10.
Actually, the first album I ever owned was Gorillaz Demon Days because my mom bought it for me for Christmas.
Man, you bought a CD way later. Holy shit.
I think so.
Damn, son.
I really didn't buy
Where'd you
a lot
find
of
this one?
CDs and stuff like that. because my mom, I would always listen to like music that my mom or my dad had.
Oh no, man.
Either one of those. I really didn't buy my own music. Really, I don't think. Except maybe
I mean,
NSYNC.
I didn't buy the CD. I'm talking about the first CD that I got. That was like my CD. Was like Papa Roach,
Oh,
Infest. That
yeah, I
album.
don't know. I never really bought a CD of my own. Like I got CDs as gifts, but I never like
Oh, dude,
bought.
I by the time
I
I
would
was
much rather have bought like a movie than a CD.
oh, I was doing both, baby. By the time I was 12, I had like a huge CD case collection and a huge movie
Mhm.
collection. It was all like like Jet Li the One, like RoboCop, like stuff like that. Trash. Rambo. Obviously, it's not
Oh, yeah.
trash, but like, and then the CDs are like fucking like Corn, Deftones, which I still love Deftones now, but like fucking yeah, Papa Roach. No, Blood Brothers, man. I'm telling you, man.
Tear my life into pieces.
Blood Brothers is a good song. Even now, I hear it now. They did Papa Roach did a like a 20-year recently on YouTube, like a free concert where they had played like the album. It was like anniversary, like 20-year anniversary or something like that.
Interesting.
And they played like those songs, and like people make fun of that band for being like new metal because they sound different now. They obviously back then they rapped and shit. But I was listening to watching the YouTube video of them playing the songs live, and I was like, God damn, they like it's a very tight band. Like they sound like album quality.
Okay.
Like the musicians they're playing tight. They're tight instrumentally. They're in unison. The guitars are great. That they're really really aggressive guitars. The singing guy, I think his name was Jacoby. I think his name is. He's singing great. I'm like, dude, I would if they did a tour of this album right now, I would for sure. Me and the 35-year-olds will be there, jamming the fuck out, man.
I mean, yeah, I'd be down on. I'm always down to jam on.
But when this podcast is over,
yes,
when we separate our ways for the night,
yes,
you need to listen just to
as
that
I
one
boot
song.
up Cyberpunk, I will listen to Blood Brothers.
Listen to Blood Brothers, and I wonder if I could play the beginning on my phone on Spotify, and if we won't get in trouble.
I keep thinking of Corn now, though. All I hear is burr. Oh wait, is that Corn? Or was like the burr chicka burr? Yeah, that one.
That's Corn, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is that coming through?
Yeah, it is.
All right, that's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Yeah,
all I can play.
Yeah, no, you don't
all I
want to
can
get DMCA. Like,
Yeah, I don't want to have my channel removed from YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're moving into
Speaking
our
of which, one VTuber got her channel fucking terminated and then brought back right quick.
Oh,
Nobody knows
damn.
why.
Damn.
Very strange. All of a sudden, like her channel was gone, and then it was back like 24
Did
hours
she say
later.
the election was fraud?
No, apparently it was something like there was. I guess YouTube said she did something that was like, it was a mix of like spam and like. She thinks it was an automated thing, but it like said that she was like promoting like dangerous behavior, and we were like, everybody was like, what the fuck? So she had to, but she made fun of it though, because she did like a re-debut when she like got her channel back. It was pretty funny. But yes.
Well, we're moving into our last topic of the show. We're in week 2 of 80s action movie month.
Yes.
Where we're going through watching our favorite and new action movies that we have not seen or have seen, that we're digging, trying to kind of explore the genre of 80s action movies in particular. And this week we watched and are going to talk about the genre-defining Girls with Guns. Yes, madam.
Yes.
Madam.
Michelle Yeoh, Cynthia Rothrock. I like this movie a lot, first of all, let me say.
Sure.
I like this movie a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And I wrote notes.
Okay.
Not a lot, but I have notes.
Sure.
I don't typically write notes. I try to like remember stuff. But I was just like, you know what? This time, I want to be professional. I'm going to write some notes.
Sure.
So, first thing that was brought to my attention, you have the initial action machine with Michelle Yeoh. With first of all, this movie like just fucking gets in there.
Yeah,
It's not like very first thing is like, I don't remember. Oh, she's like in a bookstore.
Yeah.
And she gets like flashed by like some weird Rambo creeper, and she was like, "Fuck you," and arrests him and like toss him out to some other guys. And then you're like, okay, that's fine. She's like a cop. She doesn't take no shit. I get that. And then all of a sudden, armored truck's getting robbed.
Yeah.
And she's there. She's like, sees the shit happening on like the corner of her eye because like those robbers had just very terrible timing to run into Michelle Yeoh. And then you see her run across like this whole street. She's like running by a car. And one of the first things that I noticed is that just there's, especially with that action scene in particular, very rapid edits.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pace is like frenetic at that point, where it's just like edit after edit, where it's like, guys, see a guy shoot, edit to Michelle Yeoh behind the car, edit back to the guy shooting again, edit back to Michelle Yeoh out of the car, or Michelle Yeoh behind the car firing a shot, edit back to the guy, jumps on top of the car, edit Michelle Yeoh down on the ground, edit guy looks down, try to look at Michelle
Also,
Yeoh, edit Michelle
it also
Yeoh's
it felt like the actual action was ramped too.
Yeah, it was ramped up a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think the editing definitely like simulated a much more fast-paced action scene than like what it actually probably would have been like without the editing. But besides the editing, one of the big things that went to me was very good practical effects.
Absolutely.
I mean, she blows the guy's hand off and she gets blood on her face, and I was like, hell yeah.
Well, the one guy gets shot in the fucking head.
Truck. What?
One guy before that, at the start of the fight scene, guy gets blasted in the head.
Oh yeah, he gets blasted. Oh yeah, no, yeah. That was the other thing. It was I was like, oh yeah, very good squibs.
Yeah.
Good front to back headshots. They ramp an armored truck, which was fucking dope. I love that shit. But yeah, you get that, and then honestly, I think the hardest thing for me it was like, because I don't know, it's hard because I think the plot makes sense, but the journey through the plot is very strange.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's just like Hong Kong cinema, or Hong Kong like action movies in general, but like the plot makes sense where it's like, okay, you got evil businessman.
Mm-hmm.
There is evidence that could prove that he's an evil businessman, that he's corrupt. The whole point is these guys stumble upon it, and then the cops, Michelle Yeoh, and eventually Cynthia Rothrock are like trying to get it back. It's the whole plot of the movie. The journey to get there is very strange.
Yeah.
So it's like, first of all, you have like the badass assassin guy that like assassinates an American, which was also another great squib where he sticks an apple in his mouth and blows out the back of his head. And I was like, that looks good, and it's also an interesting way. I don't think that's how silencers work, but in the context of this movie, it's an interesting bit where he's like that added bit of silence that like shoves an apple in his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that stuff. But then you have this like weird like street level like pickpocket gang that also is like complex enough to like have disguises as like bellhops and like waiters to like pretend to be food service people to like go into people's hotel rooms and steal stuff.
But they're also good people because they're just stealing money to pay for their master's house.
But yeah, they're paying to steal from their master, who is also a bad person, so they're still technically bad people.
Yeah.
But they're paying to get him out of the nursery home, or I'm sorry, not the nursing home. Yeah, nursing home. They're paying to get him out of there so he can have his own home.
Yeah.
But also, he's like dying because he has like, I'm not clear what it was. He was like, I thought it was like diabetes or something like that. He's like not allowed to have chicken, which is strange. Because you also have the one scene where you like think they're about to rape this nurse, which is very strange. But then they just take the chicken like a bunch of weirdos. Like they only like held her down so that she couldn't stop them from taking this whole roasted chicken.
So I've seen this.
It's a very strange movie.
I've seen this movie handful of times before. It's not my favorite movie in the series because this ends up becoming a series.
Does it?
Okay. Yeah, series. The fourth movie is my favorite one because it has Donnie Yen in it. Okay. Also, no one else in it anymore. It's a whole different cast of people.
By that point, okay.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh's only in the first two movies.
I'm guessing Cynthia Rothrock's only in the first movie.
She ends up going back to America to do China O'Brien. Whatever. But this movie is the start of the 1985. It's the start of the girls with guns genre, which is hey, action movies with Chinese. I mean, I guess anyone, but like women with guns who are just badass, right? There's a whole genre that followed this movie in the style. And the first thing I noticed, I knew Michelle Yeoh from Super Cop, which is Police Story 3, which I saw years before I saw this movie. Like years. I mean, they had dub of Super Cop when I was a kid on DVD and VHS, so I saw that shit from the video store. And I always knew right away that this lady was a fucking badass. Like, she's doing her own stunts, she's doing her own shit. So when I'm watching this movie, not once, and I'm going to say this, and hopefully I'm clear. When I watch action movies that are American made, and they put in a lady star in it, it's hard for me to, like, okay, believe it every level, because the scenes are so cut poorly, and they're giving them these roided up guys to beat up, and I'm like, ugh. No, I just can't believe that. Sorry. When the action doesn't make sense, you're not showing me do the action. Whereas in this movie, everyone's relatively the same size. And when they're not relatively the same size, I'm still seeing Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock do all the stunts and all the martial arts. So now I'm believing you're a badass. So now I'm not once in my mind when I'm watching this movie being like, there's no way she would win that fight. Not once did I ever think that. Every time I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, because she's doing the spin kicks and she's running up the wall and she's kicking the guy in the face and she's doing all this shit, right? So stunt-wise, choreography-wise, martial arts-wise, it's just a good martial arts movie. Like, not even about the ladies, it's just a good martial arts movie. Yeah. Straight up. There's, like, too many fucking, like, twisty turnies.
Once again, I don't know if this is because, like, it's a Hong Kong action movie or whatnot. I just don't know what it is, but, like, there's too much shit of, like, double crossing and, like, fake outs and stuff like that, specifically when it gets down to, like, the last, like, 45 minutes where they're, like, going back and forth between, like, who has the evidence and whatnot. And there's, like, 3 different scenes of, like, that's not the real thing. I really had it, like, in my mouth. Right. Like, I ate it. I didn't eat it.
I burned it.
I burned it, and well, then it does get burned.
Yeah, get burned. But the best part with the thieves people, while I felt like the script, here's what happened in my mind. They wrote the script, and it was a regular ass script, and they're like, no, we need to have an extra layer to cause more problems. Okay, add the thieves, the guild in there, right? Okay. And they made it super convoluted for no reason. It's an action movie. But the best part,
most convoluted shit is like what happens like halfway through the movie, where it's like the guys figure out they're being targeted by the assassin, and then you have a 10-minute scene where they're trying to ask Michelle Yeoh for help, and she's like, "No."
Well, no,
and that made
she's
no
trying to.
Fucking sense.
How do we go to jail fastest? Okay. First off, hold on. I want to say this
clearly
first.
They like want police protection, like that's why they're going to go to jail, and they basically don't like protect us from this assassin.
I want to,
and she's like, no.
I want to say this first. While I think a lot of that whole point of the story is really extra for no reason, like there's no point to have.
It's really extra, and it like slows down the movie.
Slows down the pace. There's no action there. It just slows. It's just like it's comic relief is what it is.
Yeah,
and I get that. That's a pretty common thing in Hong Kong cinema stuff. While I mostly think it's a lag, and their acting is fine, and their comedy is fine. Like, they're fine. The comedy is fine. The acting, it just bogs the overall story down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I will say, whenever watching their forger friend get chased in his maze of a house.
First of all, that is good shit.
That's fucking funny.
Like, what was it? I think it's the main action scene between like him and the assassin. Where it's like the main assassin like finally tracks him down to his house and figures out that like he has it. He spends like I feel like 7 to 10 minutes running around his apartment over and over. Or no, it's when the guy he betrayed, he like sold out.
The guy he betrays, yes.
He like he's like running around his house, and he has like walls that like spin around on themselves. And he's like he has like walls that like can form around and like basically like form into like a cage, and he can like spin that wall around to like go this way, and he has his bed that like can go across his entire room. So he's like in his bed, like baiting the guy, and he like scoots his bed across the whole room. And
he's like locking a guy in the makeshift walls, jumping through the top glass part. Like that part, it's all visually amazing. Action,
it's visually interesting. Yeah,
that stuff's all great. bogs down the overall pace of the story, which is, I mean, whatever. Another moment that does that, but I think is very funny, which is when they're trying to go to jail, the two other guys, and they're walking out of the house, and you see, I didn't get what was trying to happen at first. I'm like, why is the cop and the meter maid? They're arguing over the getting their quota
I still
ticket.
don't get that.
Okay,
so they're not both cops.
So one's a cop, right? The regular cop.
The one they beat up is a cop, right?
Right, and the other guy's a meter maid. So they're both trying to get their quota for the day, right? Because
so they have cops that do the same job as meter maids.
You would assume that where they're at, just walking patrol, and they need to get some tickets get taken out, whatever. So they show up. The two guys show up, Aspirin and whatever his name is, show up, and they're like,
Aspirin and the other guy.
Who are we gonna fight? Hey, I'm a cop. I'm a meter maid. They beat the shit out of the cop. And that's when you talk about they keep trying to go to jail, and then Michelle Yeoh, yes, madam, just won't do it. But I want to bring it back though to the airport scene.
Airport scene's great
because the airport scene is 10 out of 10 because not only is the scene well done, or they have the anonymous call, hey, the person's using this passport, but the whole scene is populated so efficiently, and they pace it so well to where it's urgent, and the bad guy is doing some cool athletic stuff and moving over stuff here. He's beating up cops here.
Parkour,
He's beating up some cops here, moving around here, going through the crowd, and then you're running and running and running. You're just fall. You're like, oh my god, where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go next? Where's he gonna go next? And the next thing you know, he grabs the fucking white lady. And if you didn't know what's gonna happen or who that was, you'd be like, oh man, are they gonna shoot this guy? Because even though I've seen this movie 5 or 6 times, he grabs her, and I'm like, oh dude, what are they gonna do? And I was like, oh yeah. And then Cynthia just fucking starts kicking ass. And it's very well choreographed, very well, shot, edited, and it goes back to, if you ever go back and watch Scott Adkins' podcast on YouTube, that's coming back in the next month. The big repetitive thing is that, like, showing the action. And she does everything, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing, and obviously they and both of them look amazing.
No, I obviously the highlights of this movie are definitely like the action scenes that involve Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock once she shows up. After the airport scene, I mean, it's just like, the mansion fight scene at the end of the movie is like fucking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
You go from like the big crowd fights as them like taking on the bad guys, and then you have like the individual one-on-one fights between the main assassin and the guy that, like, I think is supposed to be a play on like Castro.
So
he's like bushy eyebrow Castro. Very strange.
This is no correlation here. I thought it was supposed to be Rambo for a second, because in the Forger's house he has a First Blood Part 2 poster. And then in the fight he fights with a knife, and I was like, but they wouldn't know that Mortal Kombat 11 would have Rambo fight with a knife. But it just reminded me of Rambo. He's like one of the stranger parts. So I'm just like, I don't. What are you supposed to be? It doesn't make any sense. Like, absolutely. I get everything else, like the evil businessman. Yeah, I get it. He's like fancy dress. He's got his evil laugh down pat. By the way, that's fucking trademark evil laugh. You got the assassin who's like, okay, I get it. He's like kung fu assassin. Fucking ninja dude. He like fucking blows guys' brains out. He's a good fighter. I get it. Castro dude with a knife. Where'd you come from?
I don't know where you came from, and it makes no sense. He's like the number 3 guy, and it makes no sense.
I'm trying to remember how did they beat the assassin?
I
can't remember how they beat him.
I think they ended up shooting him.
No, they had the swords on his neck, and they brought him to the boss.
That's what happened, because that happened, and then it eventually finally got down to the fact that Aspirin pulled like the last gun out.
Right, and it was the real one. It was the real gun.
And he's like, oh, it's a fake gun, and then it was finally like the real gun that was there, that was set up at like the very beginning of the movie.
She shoots him
and then he
twice.
just kept shooting him.
Twice. Yeah,
he shoots him twice. But that leads me to the biggest what the fuck moment that I had in this entire fucking movie, which is, what the fuck was that ending? That's not an ending to a movie. That's
Yes,
like,
it is.
That's the ending of a movie of like a Red Letter Media video where the guys say, "Oh, it's the ending of the movie that it just ends."
That's a Hong Kong ending, baby.
That is not an ending. That
Hong
just
Kong ending.
that is we don't know what else to do with this story. Done.
Well, I don't know.
There's no resolution.
I haven't seen Yes, Madam 2.
I can't believe there's Yes, Madam 2.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it starts with them like in jail, like fucking Three Stooges. Yuck. I don't know.
I know.
The ending is weird. The ending is weird.
Well, it'd be the Two Stooges now.
Yeah, Two Stooges now. The ending is weird, but with that being said, I really don't watch that movie in particular for the story. It's really just like the story's fine, but it's more so
it's
for
definitely one of the things where the story's window dressing for sure.
Yeah, it's more so for like the badass action sequences. And
it's really just meant to get you from action set piece to action.
Exactly. And they're so well done. And again, it's not my if someone's asked me, like someone's new to the genre, it's like, hey Jason, I wanna get into Hong Kong cinema. Or Asian cinema, like, or whatever, or let's just say Hong Kong in particular. Give me a list of like 5 martial arts movies I should watch for a primer. It just won't be one of them. Now, if you give me a top 10 for sure, but before I would say this, it'd be like literally like a Bruce movie, and then a Jet Li, and then a Jackie, and then a Donnie, But like because they have better stories, like Police Story's better.
Right.
Not by much, but it's better. Dragons Forever story is better, not by much, but it's better. Wheels on Meals, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
So in terms of like, but you don't really watch Hong Kong stuff, like this era of Hong Kong action for like super duper story.
Right.
I can't think of anything that has like a super like, oh my God, I can't believe that's what the acting was so good on that. Like you watch them for sweet ass stunts and action sequences.
Right.
But with that being said, I love this movie. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was super fun. I mean, overall, I think I had a really fun time with it. There's just definitely those moments where I'm just sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
I mean, it's better than Bloodsport technically.
Yeah, I think technically.
But in reality,
the story's definitely better than Bloodsport.
Whoa. Okay.
Look here.
Listen,
All
Zach,
right,
one movie is a story, and one's a biography.
It's true.
Okay, you're comparing American Sniper to Black Hawk Down, or
it's true because real life doesn't
Saving
work.
Ryan.
You're right. I apologize.
Yes. And it's a biopic, and in reality, he probably should have won an Oscar for Bloodsport.
That's true. You know what? I shouldn't disrespect Frank Dux like that.
You shouldn't, because Frank Dukes would fucking split kick you in the face.
That's true. He would.
Yes, Madam. It's fun. It's a great movie for what it is. It's genre defining and genre making, and it really it's a movie that I don't think about often, but then when I watch it, I'm like, okay, I should watch this again more often, and I just never do.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's a great movie, but it's not like there are other Hong Kong movies I'd rather watch. But having not seen this in a couple of years, I'm still super impressed with all the action.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing that I'm taking away from it right now is that I'm just, especially with the coordination between Cynthia Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh, I'm just super impressed by it. All the stuff with them together, they're both amazing.
And they just
martial arts actors. Yeah,
and they look good. They're both super pretty. That's an extra layer that shouldn't matter, but it does. They're both they're badass as shit, and they both look pretty.
Yeah,
they both look great.
They got that 90s style I was rocking hard though.
Oh, I mean 1985? Yeah.
It looks like 90s.
Yeah. Well, Zach, any final words or thoughts for Yes, Madam, entry level 2 into 80s Action Month?
No, I just think, it's a super fun movie. It's, despite the quibbles with the story, I think it's still a fun, enjoyable watch. Yeah. Beat 'em up, guys!
I completely agree. And I have nothing else to add to that final thought of yes, madam. Yes, sir. Well, guys,
Yes, sir.
thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys back next week with week 3 of 80s Action Movie Month.
Week 3.
With another, where are we going to go? We going to go American? We going to go,
Look,
where are we going to go?
this week is Cyberpunk, I need some Miami connection in my life.
Oh, man, you want some, have you seen, hold on, real quick. You've never seen it, right?
I've only seen the Red Letter Media
Okay.
when they talk about it. So I've never actually watched the whole movie. But
amazing.
I want some fucking 80s boy band teen action hero singing in my life.
Okay, so next week we're doing Miami Connection.
Yes.
Friends Forever, Friends for Eternity. We're on top because we played to win.
Yes.
Dragon Sound. Do you know the history behind this real quick?
I know, I mean, I think we talked about it last week when we talked about it, and I know the brief history from Red Letter Media, where it was like, it was only in theaters for a short period of time, and then it kind of disappeared, and then it kind of got found by the guy who does Alamo Drafthouse, is the guy who owns that.
He bought it on eBay.
Yeah, and so he ended up finding it and releasing it back out to the public.
But so
now it's streaming on Amazon.
Yes, but my point was more so like the main guy who's in this movie.
I know he's like a life coach, right?
He's a Taekwondo instructor.
Oh, was he? Okay.
He still is.
I thought they said he was like a life coach.
He's a Taekwondo instructor who ends up being like a life instructor, life coach. He has like 10,000 students.
Okay.
Like he's massive, like super wealthy.
Okay. So I mean, he's not big time then, because I mean, Frank Dukes has more than that.
Well, I think everyone who's trained with Frank Dukes, they're too different to explain because this guy, moved from Korea to teach Taekwondo, and he got really popular in Florida and all these schools and all these fucking people who love him and stuff. Frank Dukes is secret. His files are blacked out because of everything he's done across the world, just for the CIA. And
he does have a lot of blank spaces, a lot of.
We don't even know how many times.
A lot of redacted stuff.
We don't even know how many times he's won the Kumite. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, obviously he had to. Well, they did say in the end of Bloodsport that he was the. Was it 6 or 8-time reigning champion, undefeated? Undefeated.
Well,
which is also a Cynthia Rothrock movie.
Yeah. We'll do Miami Connection. It's a great movie. It's long.
Yeah, I'm down to watch.
It's also okay. I'm gonna spoil something real fast. Not story. The story doesn't matter, but I'm gonna spoil. There's so many great quotes in this movie. There's one quote, one scene, Zach, where everyone's parents are dead in this movie for some reason because they're all orphans, and one of the guys who's clearly a black man, 100% a black man, says, my dad was Black American. My mom was Korean. And it's not. You're a black dude. You're a black guy. My dad was Black American.
My mom's Black American.
Well, that always just,
or my dad.
That just always sticks with me. It's like,
damn. My
dad was Black American. My mom was Korean. It's like, what are you talking about? It's a great movie for what it is. We'll get there. Music's banging. Friends for Forever, Friends for Eternity. We're on top because we play to win. I know the song. Literally, Zach, when this podcast is over, listen to the song. Dragon Sound, Friends for Forever, whatever. Or something like that. You're going to hear it a lot in the movie because they play it all the time. They play. I think they literally do a full 4-minute long, the full song.
I think they do.
The full song.
Yeah.
So, guys, we'll see you back next week with Miami Connection.
Next week, guys.